Several years ago, CityNews first told you about a controversial publication called Your Ward News. It began appearing in East End mailboxes and then it spread across the city. It took aim at women, minorities, immigration and more. Today, editor James Sears was sentenced to 1 year in jail and led away in handcuffs.
It means that no more will people like James Sears and be allowed to promote hatred against women without there being consequences.
The afternoon began with Sears presenting his argument to have the trial reopened, claiming his previous lawyer threw the case. Sears used a bizarre military analogy, where he claimed his lawyer led him over a ridge to be executed by a firing squad, with Sears claiming that his defense refused to bring certain expert witnesses to the stand. Justice Richard Blouin quickly denied Sears the opportunity to another trial and handed down 2 consecutive 6-month sentences.
The judge said, you don't, and I'm paraphrasing, but you don't get to lose a case and come in and claim that you didn't like the tactics when you were part of the tactics.
Sears and his publisher Leroy St. Germain were found guilty in January. The problematic publication has a circulation of 300,000 in the Toronto area and beyond. CityNews has been following James Sears for years. This is what he had to say to us in April of 2016.
You've also been branded a neo-Nazi.
Okay, well,
are you a neo-Nazi?
Well, just because
are you a neo-Nazi?
Well, what does that mean, a neo-Nazi?
Before being led away by court officers, Sears gave his personal items to his wife while making a point to those listening in the courtroom that he was holding on to his crucifix. Sears claims that his publication includes both satire and factual stories and therefore should not be considered hate speech. It's an argument that was trumpeted by his supporters today, including Paul Frum, who's called himself a white nationalist but is widely regarded by many as a white supremacist.
This was satire. That judge and the Crown don't know a thing about satire, and that's one of the reasons that the defense was absolutely incompetent.
He wrote in his publication, it's not rape without bleeding, it's not rape without bruising. You find that satirical.
That's a quotation taken out of context. In the context, it was satirical.
In his ruling, Justice Blouin told the court that he felt Sears should serve no less than 18 months in jail, but the procedural maximum sentence he could hand down was 1 year. For complainants like Lisa Kinsella, whose family have been attacked in Your Ward News, today is still a victory. What message does this say to others who are willfully promoting hate in our cities, in our neighborhoods, in our country?
You're not going to get away with it. If you're promoting hatred against an identifiable group, which includes women, which includes Jews, which includes members of the LGBTQ community, which includes immigrants and people of color, you are not going to get away with that anymore.
Just as he was being led out in handcuffs, James Sears poked his head back into the courtroom. His final words, "See you guys." Leroy St. Germain, the publisher of Your Ward News, will be sentenced 1 week today. Outside of College Park Courts, I'm Adrian Ghobrial for CityNews.